So a guy posted this on Facebook, a question. More than anything else, I want God to use me too. And then there's a blank. How to fill in that blank, Ace?
I feel like it would change daily because I feel that challenge. But for me this week, it would clearly be to be of a gracious heart. I find myself as I get older and a little more crotchety that I feel like people suck sometimes. And so that's not a good place to be in my heart, especially as a worship leader. I don't want to be in that, space ever. And I don't think that about people. I just usually it's traffic. Usually it's just people in traffic that are my problem. But I feel like if God is going to give us grace, then we have to be willing to show that grace to others.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Among the answers, change my coworkers' lives, spread his message across the world, lead people in worship. It's a godly desire. So what prevents people from living out that purpose more than anything else, what they want to do for God and God? And the answers are very interesting. Of the people that were everyday regular people, walking up to fishermen and tax collectors and people he met, in the streets, living normal lives. Yeah. And look what he was able to do with and through them. People think, oh, I don't have education, or I'm not old enough, or I'm too old, or I don't know enough about that in order to dive into God's purpose. And I think, we use Peter, for instance. He even told Peter, you're going to mess up. You're going to deny me. Yeah. And Peter's like, no. And then he did. And then he was like, wow, God can't use me anymore. And then look, God names the whole church after him, calls him the Rock. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that I will say, and I love this about God in the standpoint of that all he wants is for us to say yes. Like, Lord, use me, take me where you need me. He's given us the gifts. And when we use them for his appointed time and energies, then that's where we feel peace. We feel at one with him because we know we're doing his work. But so many times we get gifts. So like for me as a musician, I could say, well, look at me. I can play multiple instruments and God's using me. When he could easily take those talents from me in a heartbeat if I made it about myself. But I'm honored to be able to be on any stage or behind a drum kit or any time that allows for people to be in a place, not a place of worship, but where their soul is in a place that they're worshiping God because of the song or because of whatever instrument I'm on. That's an honor for me, because as much as I enjoy playing music, there was a time that I didn't use it to glorify him. And so I love the fact that he chose, is like, okay, now it's time for you to stop, over here in the bars. Let's go over here and, I need you back in the church. And so if we feel like, well, I'm not qualified to do that, but that he's laid that passion on your heart to do it, just say yes, and he'll surround you with the education and the people and the tools and the resources and in the actual place where he wants you to use them.
The other excuse people give is I'm not ready. Yeah. And I get this one. We think we have to collect a bunch of money in order to have a baby because it's going to be so expensive. But you know what? We find a way to diaper and Phoebe, do we not?
Sure.
Well, I'm not ready. Moses just like, look at how I talk. Look at how old I am. What are you thinking? Yeah. But true. God says you're ready. And when he says you're ready, like you just said, Ace, he equips you.
You've been listening to Roxanne and Ace Unlimited. To make sure you don't miss future shows, you can subscribe anywhere you like to podcast and catch up on anything you've missed. Find out more at RoxanneandAce.com. Roxanne and Ace Unlimited is a production of Spacebird Media.